Right, welcome. So we're going to cook and prepare Fesenjan, which is an ancient traditional Iranian recipe, predominantly made out of walnuts and pomegranate molasses. And people typically add sugar or honey to sweeten it, so it's got a good blend of sweet and sour. And this is actually my favorite Iranian dish. We're going to use chicken. Some people also use red meat like lamb, um, and it's an incredibly rich dish. It's one that people often use for special occasions. It's really straightforward, as you're about to see. What I've done is I've got 250 grams of ground walnuts here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to simmer this with a litre of water for about an hour's time, just to release all of the flavour, all of the oil out of the walnuts. It's important to note that actually there are several different methods for preparing Fesenjan. As with a lot of traditional recipes, the right approach can be really emotive. This is the way that we're going to do it. My mother cooks it in a totally different way, and I've eaten it in restaurants and at other people's homes, and they've prepared it in various ways. And I know that they've prepared it in their own unique ways, because every time I've had it, it tastes totally different. But this is the way that we're going to make it. It's straightforward, it's easy, and I'm going to show you how. So I've got my pot. I'm going to just boil the water with the walnut mix for about an hour's time. We're going to boil it first and then simmer. So we've got that firing, and we're just going to add the walnut mix. Right, so as you can see here, the walnut is starting to boil. So we're going to take it, stir it, take the lid off, bring it down so that it is simmering. And all we're going to do is let that simmer now for a further hour. So I mentioned that we're going to leave it to simmer for an hour. And after that hour, I'm going to add 200 more milliliters of water and then simmer for a further hour. So we're going to leave it like this and come back in an hour's time. Mind you, we still need to stir occasionally to ensure that the walnut mix doesn't stick to the bottom. Right, as you can see, it's been simmering along nicely. It's reduced a little bit, thickened and darkened. If you come and take a closer look, you can see. So now it's been about an hour, and I'm going to add about 200 more milliliters of water. And I'm going to let it simmer further for another hour. Right, so this has been simmering now for about an hour and a half or so. All I'm going to do, before I add the chicken into this, I'm going to fry it off in the frying pan over here with a bit of saffron. We're doing this just to brown the flesh, add a bit of heat, a bit of colour and a bit of flavour before it goes into the mixture. And what I've done here is I've steeped some saffron in a bit of water, and into this mix I'm only going to put about 1 tablespoon. Look at that. Right, so it's been about 2 hours. The walnut mix has been simmering away for that time. I've quickly just browned some chicken in saffron, and what we're going to do first is add about 125 milliliters of pomegranate molasses into this mix. So this is going to give it a kind of sour taste. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of, I'm going to use honey, 2 tablespoons rather. Some people use caster sugar, normal table sugar, date molasses. It's up to you really. a tablespoon of tomato puree, and a bit of black pepper, and just a tiny bit of salt. And what I'm going to do is stir in this mixture, and once it starts simmering up again, I'm going to add in the chicken that we've just fried off. Right, so this mix, after we've added the molasses, the black pepper, the puree, the honey, is starting to simmer up. So what we're going to do now is to add in our chicken. Let's turn this down. Like so. Okay, we've got our chicken in the pot, and all we're going to do is put on a low heat, cover, and simmer for a further hour. Right, so this has been cooking for about, since adding the chicken, almost an hour. What I'm going to do is, for the last 10 minutes, I'm going to remove the lid and just let the sauce thicken. Right, so it's been an hour since we put the chicken in. We've taken the lid off for the last 10 minutes. It's thickened down, and this is the kind of consistency you're looking for. So now we are going to serve. You can serve it like this with bread of your choice. You can just have the stew on its own. You can have it with quinoa. You can have it with a side salad. We're going to have it with some rice with a bit of saffron, which is the traditional way of serving it. And this is the final result. We've got some saffron infused rice on the left, and we've got the final result, the Fesenjan, in this bowl, topped with some pomegranate.